Ever since I started hiking the waterfalls, I've been inspired by one major goal, and that was to visit the largest waterfall in the mainland. We're talking 5 years ago, or at least, when I started researching all these waterfalls. The east branch of the Moose River was at the time regarded as a difficult hike, one for experienced hikers, one that you could get lost at. You could injure yourself with the high cliffs. There is poison ivy, lots of red flags and things and reasons for me to put it off for years until this point. Fast forward to present time, there's been a well-worn and well-traveled path, well-marked. To get to these falls, you have to navigate a series of interconnected logging roads and snowmobile paths. But over the last 5 years, that pathway has been well documented with many GPS markers and flagging tape. One of the major hurdles of hiking to the east branch of the Moose River Falls is you have to ford the river. There's a spot that you have to wade into the river that can be sometimes waist deep with a heavy current because it's following a massive waterfall. It's kind of a catch-22 because if you go when the current's low, then the falls isn't quite as spectacular as it could be, although I don't know if it really matters what time of year you visit these falls. I think it's always going to be something to see. So it's good to find a good balance after following a dry season, after following a rainstorm is what I chose. So I'd get a good water flow and I'd still be able to safely cross the river without getting too wet. Okay, so we just pulled over a few kilometers up this logging road, and you can see flagging tape behind me on the tree there. As soon as you start to walk down, you'll see the trail right away. It's marked with something a little bit unusual. There's a bunch of shoes hanging in a tree. I can hear the river running. I think it's pretty obvious where to go. There's flagging tape tied off, and this is just following the hurricane we just had, and so far there hasn't been any deadfall in the way. Driving was relatively easy. I don't know if I'd want to do it in a car, but it's definitely doable, and I just used an SUV, so you don't need to have a big Jeep or a jacked up truck or anything like that. So just gonna head down the path and we'll see what we see. A little bit of deadfall blocking the path, but nothing that's not too hard to get around. I think we're probably getting close to the steeper part of the descent now. Still not that bad though. This probably isn't even as bad as the Garden of Eden Falls. Blakely did it. There's not as many ropes, but it looks like a pretty heavy one. So I'll wait till you get down to the first tree it's tied off to. Good? Yeah. All right. I'm only going to record while it's safe to do so. I don't feel like this is too treacherous so far, but something tells me this is just the beginning. I don't even need the rope right here. I almost wiped out as soon as I said that. Okay, so just a quick reminder, this is the west branch of the Moose River Falls. This is the quick first stop on our journey today. And we've only been in the woods a few minutes. It's steep and we're gonna feel it in our legs on the way out, but it's not real dangerous. I've done the Garden of Eden Falls, even Blakely did that, and it was way steeper and sketchier than this. So you could probably bring some older kids to this, maybe, depending on their abilities. We're pretty much at the bottom now. I don't really hear the falls, but water doesn't look like it's super high. Hopefully, oh, I'm starting to hear them now. Yeah, I think it's probably pretty similar climbing down to the other one. Just further of a walk in the woods till you get to it. Beautiful fall day, nice and cool, not too warm for hiking. Yeah. Yeah. It's a small one. It's a nice sized falls, eh? Decent amount of water flow. All right, so I'm here. I'm at the base of the West Branch Falls. Definitely recommend this hike. It was one that's been on my bucket list for years, and it's a nice one. So let's get a closer look. All right, as you can see, the west branch of the Moose River Falls is it's pretty nice. It's pretty big in person. I think it's like 12 meters. The east branch of the Moose River Falls, where we're gonna head now, is actually double this. So I am pumped. This is what I've been waiting to see. So let's hike out of here and we'll go check out the east branch of the Moose River Falls. All right, so we just parked at the top of the trailhead for the east branch of the Moose River Falls, and we're just looking for the flagging tape that's gonna show us where we walk in. So I'm just walking just back from where I parked the car, and just checking around to see if we see some flagging tape. I am red-green colorblind, so I might not be the best person to spot it right away. Oh, on my GPS here, looks like we gotta go back that way. Still having a little bit of difficulty finding the actual flagging tape there's supposed to be. So I got two GPS markers here that are really close together, and I'll show you right where the first one must be. Maybe it's just because by the way it sounds online, that it's almost like there's too much flagging tape here. That's almost annoying. Should we take the car up here? Yeah, because you know what? We're going to be hiking out of this. We're not going to feel like walking this. We'll be happy we brought the car closer. That's good. All right, let's head out for real now. Okay, so just gotta turn around a little bit, but found the flagging tape. There's a bunch of it on this this tree. So if you're following possibly the same GPS coordinate I had, if it's facing uphill, you probably have to go a little bit further so you can see the distant hills, mountains. You'll see a bunch of orange flagging tape. So we're gonna follow that up until we come to a T. At that point, we can choose to either go to the top of the falls, the big ones, or we can go to the base. We met some folks on the way in who explained that they found a spot to cross the river with some rocks without getting too wet. So that's gonna be the plan. They appeared to be
at about our hiking caliber, so I think we're good physically. All right. So far, it's easier than the other one. I see a squirrel. I should shoot the bear banger at it. Get out of here. We're starting to come to a little bit of a steeper point now, so as you might not be able to tell, this isn't quite as steep so far. We're not at the bottom yet as the west branch was. There hasn't been any ropes yet, and I thought I saw online that there was, but we're just gonna continue to make our way down one big old route at a time. So far I would have taken Blakely to either of these. Keep checking to make sure my mic didn't fall. Hopefully you got that. Maybe. I think this is the fork where you go to the bottom or you go to the top of the falls. Do you want to go out and see the top real quick? All right. I'll see what time it is. Yeah, you could pick to go to the bottom here or the top, so we followed the path towards the top. See the cliffs? You look up? Oh, yeah. I don't think this is a big one. Unless that includes that, but I don't think. Either way, that's a big waterfall right there. Look how that curved the rocks out. That's just crazy. I have the falls marked here and it shows the right spot. Unbelievable something like this is in Nova Scotia, right in our backyard. Like that's incredible. I've never seen cliffs quite that big by a waterfall yet. Okay, so we just left the top of the east branch of the Moose River Falls. Incredible view. I had no idea. The cliffs on the side are just magnificent. Like, the pictures and videos aren't even going to do it justice. Like, I would almost be concerned I couldn't fly my drone all the way above them from the base of the falls, that my drone wouldn't even be allowed to fly that high technically. I know it could, but wow, it's just something else. It's not even that difficult of a hike compared to a lot of the other ones I've done, honestly. So make your way, give yourself lots of time for the drive. Lots of fallen trees on the way, but we got around them no problem. Now we're making our way to the base. So whoa. Getting all kinds of goofy moves. All right, so I'm just gonna make the cross. Looks like it's not too treacherous to cross. I don't think we needed the change of clothes. You just can't get over how high that is. That's just crazy. Maybe you just straight up put the rubber boots on and that would have been right there. Yeah, I think that might be a better spot. It's too ambitious, I think. Ugh. Oh, that hurt. Ugh. Slippery there. Ugh. Better down this part of the river than up there. Nothing to it. All right. Moment we've all been waiting for. Yeah, it's bigger than the other one. Woo! Yeah. Wow. That's just something else. All right, hopefully the audio is still picking me up. I'm gonna get some pictures and give you guys a final word. Find me on facebook.com/New Scotland if you haven't done that already. I gotta check this place out. So I made it back to the car, no problem. It was a fairly straightforward hike, to be honest with you. I've done much worse, much more dangerous with, you know, a cliff right alongside of you or steeper. And it's just unbelievable. I can't even describe it to you guys. So I strongly encourage you to come out and visit this one if you're watching this from Nova Scotia. And you got something you can, with a little bit of clearance, other than the deadfall, which I'm assuming will probably be gone once somebody gets out here to clear the way. You know, just be cautious, make sure to get the GPS to the right spot, and it's not that hard to find. It's well marked. And that's it, guys. Thanks for sticking through to the end. I'll see you in the next one.